Krishna is capable of protecting us. And we haven't completed this chapter, not completed the section as well within this chapter. So we are talking about having that faith that Krishna is capable of protecting us, because we have our faith and so many things that this thing may protect me and that thing may protect me, right? So, but the real fact is that having the complete faith on Krishna rather than having faith in that my family members or my wealth or whatever will protect me is not a fact unless and until we really experience it. Sometimes it becomes very theoretical. Um, Ultimately, it's just Krishna who's going to protect us. Therefore, it's always said that every day is a practice that we meditate on Gajendra Moksha every day, because those who meditate on Gajendra Moksha, especially when you get up in the morning or even when you go to the bed, we meditate on the whole pastime of the Lord taking a incarnation as Sri Hari coming on the Garuda to protect Gajendra. That's an important story to meditate, to get rid of the fear, especially, and also to not have any evil or bad dreams while we are sleeping. So this Gajendra Moksha really very powerful story, pastime, where we come to the point of understanding no one can help us. It's only Krishna who can save us, help us, protect us, and things. So I'm going to read the very last paragraph that we read yesterday. What will it take for us to believe these words? To know that Krishna really will care for us fully, but in difficult times and at the most difficult time. How do we trust Him? Accepting the reality of Krishna's protection is Sharanagati, the doorway to bhakti. Without Sharanagati, we cannot actually begin to love Krishna. It's just my mind goes into this part of, again, this is just something I'm thinking that uh, someone has a marriage ready to get married age, a youth girl was talking to me a few days back, a few weeks back, that how do you guys, she was asking me, how do you guys even get married without knowing each other? Right? Because the tradition is that you meet, boy and girl meet, they talk for some time, they do outing for some time, um, and then get to know each other. If they like, they proceed, continue. It may go for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, whatever it is. Or it may stop and they may try to find someone else and try to see if that works for them, right? That's technically they call it as dating, right? So the question is, how did you guys get married without meeting each other? How did you commit to each other? Uh, s- this is nothing to do. I'm not talking anything um, against or different from the arranged style of marriage and love marriage. Both are, even Vedically, both are there. In the Shastra, there are 8 different types of marriages. One of the marriage is called Gandharva Vivaha, which falls into the love marriage category. But we are not, so it is accepted, nothing to do with that part. My point, what I'm trying to say here is you commit to someone and then the love develops. It's a different, develop love and then commit is one program, and then you commit and then develop love. It depends on the rasa and depends on the way that you want to have a relationship with someone. Yes. So both are okay. The quite interesting thing in our path of Krishna consciousness is also can be applied, and with Krishna we can apply these things. You develop love and then you commit to Krishna, or you commit to Krishna and then the love develops. Okay. Being Krishna conscious, and the fact is the development of love happens also by the mercy of Krishna. Yes or no? It's not by our thing that happens. We cannot compare that love of Krishna, a Jivatma Paramatma relationship cannot be compared with a male and a female. Right? I'm not telling male atma, female atma, because there's atmas are neither male or not female. I'm using carefully here. Between the male and female, a love and a relationship between the atma and paramatma cannot be compared with, apple to apple. It's apple to orange. It cannot be the same. So therefore, what Prabhuji is saying is surrendering is a process, a doorway to develop that love of bhakti. Now, the Sharanagati of surrender can happen for different people in different stages of life and different ways. One way is naturally some people surrender. One way is some people hear and surrender. Some people surrender forcefully, right? If you in the borders of the countries, sometimes people surrender, raise their hand and they surrender. Okay, I'm surrendering. Don't shoot me. Don't do anything, right? That's out of force. So the point here is that we don't want to surrender out of force. That's a point. As a practicing, aspiring devotees, we don't want to surrender out of force. Not that we don't want to, and it's not a high class thing. It's not going to be uh, easy for even an individual. Right? Some difficult things happens in our life. At that point of time, I'm going to surrender. Well, we heard of a lot of difficult times people have gone through in the Puranas, in the histories, in now currently, and in the many, many things we hear. So after hearing all these things, we don't want to wait for an opportunity for us to surrender to Krishna. Let's surrender voluntarily. That's the point. So it makes it uh, easy path to the doorways to bhakti. Only when we surrender can we have a confidence that parallels Arjuna's. Arjuna was not confident in his own strength, ability, intelligence, beauty, learning, family, or wealth. Arjuna was not confident in his own strength, abilities, intelligence, beauty, learning, family, or wealth. Conditioned souls tend to take shelter of whatever they think gives them power. But when it comes to the desire to serve Krishna, these have limited value. And when it comes to attaining Goloka Vrindavana, they have no value. Whatever material assets we have are insufficient because that includes the knowledge as well. So we should be very careful on that aspect because because devotees recognize this fact like Arjuna, the powerful warrior with his Ghandiva bow. They humbly turn to Krishna. I have no hope unless you accept me and are merciful to me. I am yours. Please protect me. Right? Please protect me. I have no hope unless you accept me, Krishna, and are merciful to me, Krishna. I am yours. The statement, you just have to constantly meditate on Tava Asmi, right? You remember this from Ramayana. Tava Asmi. I am yours, Rama. I am yours, Narsimha. I am yours, Krishna. Whatever the beautiful form of Krishna that you meditate upon, please protect me. Thus, this giving of the self to Krishna is a process of surrender. Surrender, well, what does it mean by giving the self to Krishna, right? Um, Atma Apaharam, the biggest mistake or biggest robbery that we all try to do is that thinking ourselves to be ours. This Atma is mine. This Apaharam, Atma Apaharam is taking away Atma separate from Krishna. We all belong to Krishna. Every one of us belong to Krishna. But we think we not belong to Krishna. We are a separate entity. I'm separate from, that means we are taking that which belongs to Krishna away from Krishna. We cannot do it. We can never do it. literally, but then in a conscious level, we take away ourselves from Krishna. That is called Atma Pahar. Atma, stealing the Atma away from Krishna is considered to be the most serious offense in a sense. It's not really, in a sense, it's a wrong thing. It's a bigger, that's why I can't find a right word other than robbery. Right? It's just stealing away from, I come to Mohanam Prabhu, your house, and I take away your thing off, right? That which belongs to you. So we all belong to Krishna, but then our actions, our thoughts, our words defines whether we live our life in that way, that I belong to Krishna, or thinking about away from Krishna. Whenever we do things that is away from Krishna, that naturally means that we are not surrendered, which also means that I am stealing myself away from Krishna. Hope it makes sense, right? So this gives this giving of the self to Krishna as a process of surrender. Surrender means giving up the concept that we are separate from Krishna, that we are his competitors. It means accepting our actual position as his tiny servants, fully under his protection. Now the next section. Um, anyway, we have two more sections to finish. Let's do this one. Anyone have any comments, questions on this before I continue reading?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes, Atmananda Prabhu.
So this you said there is a process of surrender, right?
Yeah,
So is it that suddenly you wake up one day and you surrender, or how does it happen?
surrendering is a very simple process. Surrendering itself a simple process, but then practice of surrender comes after we surrender. So what does it surrender means is it's just on the conscious level. It is not anything different. On the conscious level, we ourselves tell Krishna that I am yours, Krishna, and please accept me, Krishna, and I have no other place to go, and there's no one else to protect me. This thing which we say to Krishna is simply called surrender. But that surrender, after you say that word, then we got to make sure we live according to that Sharanagati process. Hmm? Um, there are ways that we express how we are surrendered. Anukulyasya sankalpaha, pratikulyasya varjanam. If you remember, there are five parts or six parts which tells that this is how the Sharanagata lives. Completely accepting those things which is favorable to Krishna and rejecting those things which is not favorable to Krishna, and so forth. Having complete faith, he is a protector, and so forth, right? So the answer to your question is we the surrendering process is very simple, but it gives a biggest result. So anyone can surrender for that matter. It's on the it's an expressive thing towards Krishna that's saying that I am yours. And then living the life according to that. That's surrendering. You have a follow-up question on that, Prabhu?
No, Prabhu, thank you.
Yeah. Therefore, this can happen very easily at any stage of our life. Draupadi surrendered, and Gajendra surrendered, Vibhishana surrendered. Every one of them surrendered. You can see how they surrendered, right? So, and another way of surrender, another an important way of surrendering is accepting a spiritual master. That's a process that we are trying to do in our school of thought, or many school of thought. Yes, I'm surrendering. What are you going to do now? You just on the conscious level, you keep on thinking that I'm surrendered, surrendered, but you don't have a proper. You're not connected to the Guru Parampara. Then how do we call ourselves to be surrendered? Right. Therefore, accepting a guru is a step of this whole thing. This all comes under the part of I accept Guru, which means I'm surrendering now to Krishna and connecting to you. That is a very important part of surrender. Otherwise, anyone can say that mentally I'm surrendering, tava asmi, but they don't follow any of the Guru Parampara system, then that's not going to be also good. So accepting Guru and following the instruction of the Guru and trying to please Guru and the devotees, obviously Krishna will be pleased. That is our teaching of surrender. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions or thoughts? Okay. Again, thank you all for participating in our challenge for the first month of Chaturmasya. I know for some of you it may be a last minute thing. I should have done this 1 day prayer before starting of Chaturmasya. So no problem. Yeah, I'm sure whoever could not make it yesterday can catch up um, from today onwards. So thanks for participating on this uh, reading challenge. Again, let's all meet tomorrow at 5 a.m. Central Time. Until then, Hare Krishna, chant and be happy. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.